Good evening. I'm Rick Tampson.
And I'm Richard Dixon with 19th Century News.
Today, a case was settled in the Supreme Court named Worcester versus Georgia. In this case, the Cherokee Indian tribe was given land in the state of Georgia, but the state tried to push out the Cherokee. In confusion, the Cherokee went to court on this argument whether or not they get the land.
It was a very long fight, but the Cherokee won because the federal government gave them the land, so legally Georgia could not take them out. You think this would be a happy ending for the Cherokee, but we'll go to David Skylark for more.
Hello, my name is David Skylark, and I'm here today with President Andrew Jackson, who's just made a very controversial decision for our country. Hey, Mr. Jackson, can you explain what you have just done?
Well, I sent the military in to remove the Cherokee.
Mr. Jackson, didn't the Supreme Court just rule against the removal of the Cherokee tribe?
John Marshall's made a decision. Now let me enforce it.
And with that surprising turn of events, this is David Skylark reporting for 19th Century News.
We all know how President Jackson heavily dislikes the Native Americans.
That's right, Brick. Our president won't let these so-called savages stay on our eastern land. Because of that, in 1830, Jackson passed the Indian Removal Act, which authorized the removal of all Native Americans lived east of the Mississippi River. Here's Jose Garcia with more information.
Hello, I am Jose Garcia, and today I'm here to illustrate the recent removal of the Choctaw, Chickasaw, Creeks, Seminoles, and the Cherokee tribe of Western America. These tribes have been grouped, being called the 5 civilized tribes. The Cherokee, specifically, have been forced to march over 800 miles to their reservations in present-day Oklahoma. This mass exodus has been coined the Trail of Tears. This is a very sad turn of events for these tribes. We'll keep you updated if any more information is released. This has been Jose Garcia, 19th Century News.
Hello, I'm Rick Tampson.
And I'm Richard Dixon.
Today on 19th Century News, we'll be going over the Texas Revolution and its significance to the westward expansion of the United States.
The Mexican government has enticed Americans to settle in their large territory called Coahuila-Yales. However, the citizens, now calling themselves Tejanos, now have recent conflictions with the Mexicans. Their leader, Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna.
Antonio Lopez has abolished slavery in Mexico. The Tejanos need slaves to run their farms. This has caused a rebellion to rise against Mexico. These revolutionaries have formed their own country called Texas. Mexican troops have been sent to Texas to stop the revolutionaries, but things got heated and the Texas Revolution started. Here's Jose Garcia with more information.
Hello, I'm Jose Garcia, and I will be talking about the major battles of the Texas Revolution. Early October of 1835, a group of Mexican soldiers were sent to the settlers of Gonzales to retrieve a cannon previously sent to them to protect them from the Comanche raids, but the settlers of Gonzales were Texan rebels and used the cannon against the Mexican soldiers. Here's a picture they flew of the flag, Texans, over the city to taunt the Mexican soldiers. Bam. In February of 1836, Mexicans launched an assault on the Alamo Mission, killing all Texan defenders. This cruelty surprised and inspired many Texans to join the rebellion. In late March of 1836, 300 Texan rebels were executed by Mexican soldiers. This day has been called by the Texans the Goliad Massacre. The Goliad Massacre was pushed by the desire of revenge. The Texans defeated the Mexican at the Battle of San Jacinto. This decisive battle defeated Antonio Lopez's army in a fight that only lasted 18 minutes. Those were some of the major battles and occurrences that happened during the war. I'm Jose Garcia of the 19th Century. Back to you, Brick.
Hello, I'm David Skylark, and I'm here with Davey Crockett discussing their recent victory against the Mexican army. So, Davey, what are you planning to do after your recent victory?
Most of us are out drinking and singing some songs and celebrating mostly. Well, we got a name for our new nation. It's called the Republic of Texas.
That sounds great, but have you decided what kind of government that your nation is going to be run by?
Well, no, not yet.
Are you serious?
You can all go to hell, and I'll go to Texas.
Well, I'm sure that the Texans will have something figured out. This is David Skylark for 19th Century News.
Hello, I'm Britt Tamson.
And I'm Richard Dixon.
Today, we'll be discussing the U.S. and Mexico border issue in the Mexican-American War.
Manifest Destiny, the belief that it is the Americans' obvious fate to spread west. Well, that was most Americans thought, which led us today. Main story, U.S. believes that their border against Mexico, the Rio Grande, while Mexico thinks their border is a distance river.
That's right, Richard. Here's David Skylark and Zachary Taylor with more information about this conflict.
Hello, I'm David Skylark, and I'm here today with Zachary Taylor discussing their recent conflict with the Mexican army. Now, Mr. Taylor, can you explain what happened?
Well, it was on April 25th when the Mexican cavalry attacked us in the disputed zone. Killed 12 of my best damn men. I called reinforcements, and I was able to defeat the Mexicans.
So what happens next, Mr. Taylor?
Well, son, then America officially declared war against Mexico. Riveting. I can tell you right now, David, that General Winfield Scott is taking over the Mexican city of Veracruz as we speak. I must help my country. Good day, sir.
It seems like Zachary Taylor and the U.S. Army have this all under control. I'm David Skylark, reporting for 19th Century News. Back to you, Richard. Hello, I'm David Skylark, and today I'm here with George Donner Jr., where he can tell his story, which has been called the Donner Party. So, George, can you please tell us what happened starting from the beginning?
Well, in May, we left for California in a caravan of about 87 people. About halfway through, we switched trails on what we thought would be a shorter trail and through the mountains. This trail turned out to be longer, in which we got stuck during the winter.
What happened when you were stuck between the mountains?
We were attacked by natives. Most of our resources and cattle died. We were starving.
So what did you have to do to stay alive?
Well, we were able to stay somewhat warm through the warm animal skins. But when we were hungry, we decided that survival of the group sometimes means sacrificing one. So we started to cannibalize each other.
That must have been so hard for you. How did you make it out?
Well, since no one has seen our caravan for a while, search teams started to look for us, but it was mostly too late. Half of us were dead due to the cold, fighting, but most of all, cannibalism.
One of the truly terrifying stories about passage to the West. This is David Skylark for 19th Century News.